this about this fight? Well, Tank Davis has been very economical with his punches. You can make a strong case, other than round one, he could be winning these other rounds. Yeah. And so, even though he hasn't been super voluminous in his punches, he's landing the significant punches.
I agree. I think he may have lost round one, but I see him winning every round since.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, the clear punches definitely have been landed by Davis, and he's doing a really, really good job of boxing right now. This is boxing. Look at the angles. Look at he's placing his foot where he wants to. He lets go of his hands when he needs to.
He's a power punching counter puncher, Abner.
Yes, he's counter punching really well. Garcia, he's pressuring, but he's not letting go of the jab. He's got to jab a little bit more.
And of course, if you're Ryan Garcia, you still believe that you can turn this, even though you might be losing some rounds, that your power can make a difference in this fight. And he's going to keep trying to make that happen.
You wonder if Davis trying to set a trap there has himself again in the corner, but feinting, and he told us that his accuracy is the key to his power, hitting the bullseye. And he told us that he was going to knock out Ryan Garcia in the 7th or 8th round.
Garcia has not been jabbing as much in the last couple rounds, and that will help him if he doesn't have the potential of getting that right hand in.
Well, he's being countered with that jab, so he's got to start double jabbing. He's got to be quicker with the jab as well, so that's why he's not constant with the jab. But Davis doing a good job of counter punching the longer reach, the taller guy, and Garcia.
That left hook that landed, that one just missed, but Garcia shows up as Davis lands the left, goes to the body, under a minute left in the 5th.
That hook was really close to hitting Davis.
Sharp jab by Garcia. We've seen Garcia under Goossen doing a better job of keeping his right hand high against Luke Campbell. That wasn't the case.
Yeah, it wasn't the case, and he was getting hit every time he was pulling back.
He was working with Eddie Reynoso at the time, and now working with Joe Goossen.
Yeah, Joe Goossen has done a really good job with Ryan Garcia.
And Calvin Ford has done an exceptional job with Gervonta Tank Davis, as we have completed 5 of scheduled 12 rounds in this mega main event.
Well, Davis lands normally in the 30th percentile of body punches. Garcia not so much. And here is Davis. He will try to go downstairs. There he is, then partially blocked, but there he goes with the right hook that does get in as Garcia is trying to cover up defensively. Garcia is more of a body puncher, or that Davis is more of a body puncher than Garcia.
Mark Wahlberg, hey, the leader of Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch, feeling those good vibrations in Las Vegas. Mark Wahlberg, who was in the fighter, of course. And Matt, you talk about fighters. Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, those battles. And good to see Mark Wahlberg in attendance. And is that Mario Lopez right beside him?
I believe it is.
He loves that smile.
Our good friend.
Round number 6. Davis utilizing the real estate, utilizing his footwork, trying to lure Ryan Garcia into a potential counter scenario. Garcia attacking the body with the jab. Doesn't follow up with the right, however.
Yeah, the pressure's there for Garcia, but the output not so much. He's got to start letting go of the hands, keep Davis busy with them.
You know, this 2-month layoff is the shortest Davis has had between fights since 2017. And people wondered, would that be good for him or bad for him or to keep him sharp? So far, things are working out very well for him.
Remember, he falls. There's a right hand that caught Davis. Another right hand, and Garcia with his best moments of the fight. Remember, Davis did fight in January against Hector Luis Garcia. Garcia decided to forego a final fight. Was supposed to fight Rosito Chestnut before this fight. Said, no, I'll wait for the biggest fight of my life. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and you know, those right hands Garcia landed were good ones. And Davis now moving forward because he wants to try and take the play away.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught in the position where he's uncomfortable. And he was at the moment, and he said, no,
the midway point of the 6th round.
And that's almost Davis showing Garcia a way, or showing him that, you're not in the fight.
Garcia has been much more focused on landing that right hand in this round. Even there, he just missed one, but the ones he's landed have been good.
And there's a straight right down the middle for Garcia. A minute left here in the 6th, straight left for Davis. Davis trying to control the lead hand of Garcia. Oh, and just missed with that sweeping left hook.
Look at those feints from Davis, not committing when he doesn't need to.
45 seconds left. Garcia coming close.
And in these rounds with low output and not that many punches landed, the difference is which punches are more effective. And this round's a perfect example. You have to decide.
Let's not forget, Davis did say, I don't want to knock him out. I want to punish Ryan Garcia. I'm not saying that he's punishing him right now, but he is landing really good, significant punches.
He mentioned Calvin Ford said he doesn't train him to knock him out. He wants him to punish him, but Davis said he was going to stop him in the 7th or 8th. And we're 10 seconds away from round number 7. As things heat up here between Davis and Garcia.
Very close round in round 6. Ryan Garcia had a very good moment in that round. He throws this right hand, Davis keeping his left hand very low, and that right hand got in. And there were a couple other right hands shortly after that Garcia was able to land as well. That one was a little glancing, and here let's look at the same one as Garcia gets that right hand in. It wasn't the perfect right hand for him, but it was a nice punch and it landed, and there were several of those during the course of the round.
The Charlo twins in attendance. And so we begin the second half of this 12-round confrontation between undefeated Gervonta Davis, undefeated Ryan Garcia, and Davis letting the referee know we've got a little wardrobe malfunction, little tape issue.
Yeah, and then the good thing that Davis saw that because that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that, yeah.
Garcia's back to using the jab, and that's helping to set up that right hand. This is an adjustment by Garcia. He knows the left hook isn't getting there. And Joe Goossen told him after round 1, you got to get to that right hand, and he's doing it.
Let's bring in our unofficial score, Steve Farhood. What do you have it at the midway point?
Well, I don't say this too often, Mo, but I don't think it's been that hard a fight to score. I mean, obviously, Davis scored the 10-8 round in the second with the knockdown. Garcia kept his hands in his pockets in rounds 3, 4, and 5 easy for Davis. And then Garcia came back with the right hands in round 6, so I have it 58-55 Davis, the halfway mark.
Straight left hand lands for Davis. Alicia there Garcia comes in, scores with the right hook left hand combination.
Yeah, that's one of the first left hooks, and that wasn't a dynamite left hook, but it was one of the few left hooks he's been able to get in.
Another left hook and a right hand by Garcia. Now, Garcia forced to take a knee.
Historical reference that applies here, and for that man, a very, very big moment.
Round 7, just as he predicted, Gervonta Tank Davis improves to 29-0 with his 27th knockout. Ryan Garcia tasting defeat for the first time in paralyzing fashion.
What a body shot. I mean, I didn't even see it. It was so quick, well timed. And I mean, Ryan Garcia, it was like a late reaction. He took a step back, he took a knee, and he was paralyzed. He's looking at the count.
What a moment here between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. Hasn't always been easy.
Always, yeah.
Right. But man, Floyd Mayweather instrumental in getting Gervonta Tank Davis to where he is. And Davis talked about it. Brian Custer mentioned it, top of the broadcast, what it meant for Tank Davis to finally be a headliner here in Las Vegas after coming to see his mentor Floyd Mayweather on so many different occasions.
You know, both these men have had knockouts with body punches. Davis is considered the more devoted body puncher. Good moment of sportsmanship, and his body punching did the job.
You know, it's interesting. After you said you didn't even see the punch, I agree with you. Yeah, Ryan Garcia in previous fight said his left hook to the body's like the ghost punch. Ali had the anchor punch. He has a ghost punch. I think Gervonta Davis may have just stolen that ghost punch.
Yeah, I quite didn't see it. It was really fast. And again, it was a really late reaction from Ryan Garcia.
And we will have a look at it, several looks in fact, as we look back at the quick body punch that ended this fight. There it is, the straight left hand down to the body. And you're right, in real time it was hard to see, but at this juncture, Ryan Garcia just couldn't sustain from it. And, you know, Garcia lands good body punches in fights and has scored knockdowns with him. And here's an example.
Abner, have you, in sparring, I talk about what this must be like.
I have. Any fighter that's out there knows how tough, how much that hurts. That hurts more than any headshot. We're going to see the quick reaction from Tank Davis. Boom, well timed, right in the liver. Boom, Ryan Garcia is trying to suck that up, but he can't. It's a late reaction. His body shutting down. He just took a knee.
And I think he thought strategically also, perhaps I can gather myself and not have to take any punishment at the moment. But he just couldn't sustain. And this is a fascinating turn of events because it didn't look like he was even positioned, Davis, to get a lot of leverage on that left hand. But he got more than enough and landed it at the perfect spot.
The perfect spot. And the crazy thing
is
he
knew it. Davis knew it.
Yeah, nobody thought that Tank Davis was going to stop Ryan Garcia with a body shot.
No.
Maybe a headshot, maybe knock him out, but stop him with a body shot. Wow.
And it was a left hook by the southpaw that did it, making the liver quiver and stopping Ryan Garcia.
And I think there were people that felt Davis might be a better body puncher than this, but if a body punch of one was going to make a difference, it was more thought to be Garcia that might do it. But it was, in fact, Gervonta Davis. And as you pointed out, Mauro, history repeating itself as it happened to his promoter.
Gervonta Tank Davis headlining his first pay-per-view in Las Vegas. The smile on his face says it all. Is he the new face of boxing? He definitely closed the show in impressive fashion now. 29-0 with 27 KOs. And mamma mia, Gervonta Davis's mama is one happy lady tonight. Kenya Brown, his mother, and I mean, the story's been well documented. All of the trials and tribulations that he has had to overcome growing up in Baltimore, but here he is on top of the world after, well, delivering on his promise, starching Ryan Garcia with that paralyzing body shot in the 7th.
And let's check out the show stats powered by Fast Twitch. When you look at it, here, now this is where Gervonta Davis, he averages 46% of his power punches landed, the best in boxing, 47, I believe. He landed 48% in this fight. And that is very significant. And of course, the 18 body punches landed the one that was most important. So those are the numbers that are important for him.
Let's make it official. Here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute, 44 seconds in round number 7. A referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, reaches the count of 10. He is the winner by way of knockout and still undefeated,